Well, g'day everybody. It's a wet weekend. We're away camping. I wanted to talk to you today about torches. Other than the camp lights you can see around me, it's good to have a little torch. Now, I've been sent this torch by Trustfire. This is it here. It's the Trustfire Mini X3. Now, this torch is interesting in many ways. It's a multi-use torch. It's got a lot of features that you won't see on other torches. Now, in full disclosure, I was sent this torch to test out and I accepted it because I genuinely wanted a nice little pocket torch. Now, as you can see in my hand, it's small, it's tiny. Now what I'll do is I'll get away from where we're lit up now and I'll show you some of the features of it. First of all, we'll try to find it in the picture. There it is. Now, the switch on it, when you touch it, gives you an indication. That's green at the present. Did you see that? That's green. That tells you it's got a pretty decent battery. Now walk away from the lid area, like it's obviously not dark yet, but it's got multiple control functions. If I hold that on, that is the torch function. If I tap it again, it goes brighter. I'm using Daniel's car as something to shine it off, as you can see. So it's low, bright, brighter, brightest. That's in torch mode. You turn that torch off and hold it on, you get a red light, as you can see. So good for your night vision. And I've just discovered that my battery is now starting to get a bit flat, but when it gets fully dark, that night vision red light there is really good. But if you don't want that, you can go back to torch mode. I'll put it up a couple of stops. I like it about there. Now there's a switch on the side of it. If I pull that back, it lights up the floodlight here. Now what I do with this floodlight, as you can see it's yellow. It's actually meant to be another white light, but I've left the yellow cover on it, so I've got a yellow light. So it's got a few levels of brightness and it's yellow. So that's pretty cool. So better against the bugs and so on. But that's not where it ends. Now, look at Daniel's ladder. I don't know if you can see it, maybe on this tree. There you go, laser pointer. Now, I'm not 100% sure what the laser pointer is good for, really, but I have noticed before that laser pointers get used often when you go on tours in dark areas to look at stars and stuff. That's the normal torch again. I'll put all the lumens at the bottom of the screen as well as discount codes and things for this. But it has so many modes and the multiple colours. So you can see how well, that's not on the full bright one, that's lighting up in front of us. And as you can see, it's a pretty crappy weekend. So on the full bright one, that's pretty good, eh? Now when it's fully dark, you'd be really able to see that. But as it's raining, I'm going to duck back in underneath the cover here. Now that's the light I'm using to shine on me. So when you're looking at me, you can see me. So more about this torch, I'll just turn it off, or down anyway. See, it's still working. So I find so far that this little Trustfire Mini X3 is a great little torch. Now it's only little, as you can see. It's got a belt clip, fits happily, gee, I can't talk today, happily in your pocket. But the belt clip's a double belt clip, don't know how well you'll see that, but that part there, if you wanted to, you can clip it onto the peak of a hat. I haven't got a peaked hat with me today. And you can use it as a headlight. So it's multi-function. It's a good little thing. What I like most about it is, like, it's so small. As you can see, it's the size of my hand. You fit in your pocket, you can carry it around as a general use torch. So instead of having to carry around a bulky iPhone and use a torch on that, which is limited in power, you've got the Trustfire. So I think it's a great little light and a handy addition to have. I'm going to use it a bit more, certainly over while I'm camping, and I'll probably do another video, let you know how it's going after another few months. But this will do me for this part of the clip. Now what I'll do is I'll wait until it gets darker and I'll get you out and I'll show a bit more in the real darkness. But at the moment it's still twilight and it's still raining. It's not a great weekend for camping, to be honest, guys, but anyway, that's what we're doing. So I will see you at that part of the clip then. Okay, as promised, I'm going to show you how well this little Trustfire Mini X3 goes in the proper darkness. Excuse us, it's still raining here off and on, so can't do much about it. But anyway, I'll spin the camera around and I'll show you some modes. Oh, I forgot to tell you also earlier that the bottom of it, not that you can see anything here, but the bottom of it is magnetic. So you might see it if I hang it off here. There you go. Can you see that? Let's have a look if you can see that. There it is. Hang on off there. So anyway, that seems like a good time to fire it up. So it's in white mode there. Let's get away from these lights and out in here. Now that's on one of the medium settings, it's not the highest. That one may be the highest. Yeah, obviously that's the highest. There's your, obviously below isn't doing a lot, guys, but certainly once you get to these medium settings and then the bright one, look at how bright that is. That's plenty of light to see what you're doing in any direction, eh? As I said, I have been using it in this floodlight mode. That's obviously the brightest setting. Now that would definitely be better if I peel the yellow cover off it. But I quite like the yellow cover, as I said, so apologies Trustfire, but I'm leaving yellow on it. So that's that mode. Back to flashlight mode. Then there's red light mode. There it is. Sorry guys, it's not the world's best style video here, but as you can see, that red is still good enough to see a little bit by, but you know, it's probably not what we're buying them for. So that's what we want it for really, guys, isn't it, that light there. Also, while we're in the dark here, maybe you can see the laser a little bit. Now, you're not going to see the beam of it very well, but the laser pointer is going pretty good. But anyway, I'm not sure what you do with a laser pointer. Anyway, as it's getting still raining, I'm going to duck back into here where I'm not getting rained on. So sorry about that, guys, but yeah, it's just not the right weather for that kind of thing today. But I think you can see, there it's still on. I think you can see that that's a pretty decent little light. Now I'll tell you battery hours and things later in the clip when I've had an idea of how long it lasts. Now I've got a yellow light on it, which at the moment, which generally indicates it's got between 60 and 80% battery power, and I've used this thing fairly solidly going to and from work, and I work in the dark sometimes, so but I've had a light to see what I'm up to. I use it at home a bit. I turn off the house lights and then walk through the house with the torch on when I'm going to my bedroom. Do I have to? No, but I'm playing with the light. So it's had a good solid week of, you know, probably 3 to 4 hours of use for the battery to go down that far. I think it's pretty decent. I'll put the hours up, the official specs, down below. But you know, so far I seem to be getting plenty of time out of it. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that'll do me for tonight. I'm obviously not going to fiddle around here in the rain too much. It's not exactly the world's best camping weather, but anyway, we're doing it. So we will see you at the end, wherever that may be. And maybe I might talk to you in the daytime, I don't know. But I'll try and give you a few more figures and tell you my thoughts on it fairly soon. Hey guys, see you then.
Three weeks later.
Okay guys, it's been several days since I filmed the bulk of the video on the Mini X3, the Trustfire Mini X3. I was going to film this outro ending section in the dark, but I realised you've got enough footage of it in the dark, so I'm out in my backyard, which is a bit of a mess, don't worry about that. And I'll show you a last little bit of how it goes under, you know, where there's still some light around. So I'll just flick around the other direction. I'm not going to be out here too long, guys, because the mozzies are rampant, but I'll show you what it can do even in relatively light conditions. So obviously that's on full brightness. Now I can see that lighting up the yard there, up on the growth underneath me tree, and along my fence line. In fact, on the camera, that's showing up better than my eye can see it. I'm pretty sure it's on the brightest setting. Yeah, definitely on the brightest setting. So I reckon that's pretty good. Now, obviously that's still fairly light out, as you can see. When I take you around and up over my neighbours, it's still pretty light out there. So I don't think that's too bad. The reason I'm showing you now is because if that's what it's like in this light, well, you know how good it is in the dark. Now obviously that's on the main torch light. I have no idea if the camera can even see that laser light, to be honest. It's as I get around close to that tree, I don't think the camera can follow it, guys, but there's a pretty decent dot of laser light shining on the fence line. Now what I haven't told you, well I'll tell you now, is the fact that I've been using this torch regularly, very regularly, for, I'm getting close to my wall here guys so you can see the laser on the wall. I've been using this torch quite regularly, pretty well daily. Now without using it for extra amounts of time other than what you'd need. I've just been using it as you would generally use a torch. So that was the laser on the wall. Sorry, it wasn't so much to show you. And I've still got the yellow cover on that light, and that you can see quite clearly. Yeah, that was on its brightest setting. So, yeah, anyway, obviously if I take the cover off that and make it white, it would be brighter. But that wasn't what that was about. I quite like it like that. So I'm going to flick that back on. And flick you back to me. Oh God, it's way too bright. There's no point in pointing it at me. So, I haven't charged it at all since I was talking to you about it. Well, it's actually a couple of weeks ago now. So, I'm pretty impressed with it. So I'd like to thank Trustfire for sending me the Mini X3. It's been a fantastic little torch. I love it. And it's so small and convenient, guys. So all the details about it will be in the description. As always, full disclosure, Trustfire approached me, asked me to would I like it. I took it because I actually did want a little torch like that. And I've taken it to work a few times when I've had to start or finish in the dark at work, and I use it to help me with work as well. So it's got really good battery life. All the official specs will be in assorted bits that I put in the clip, but just using it, I charge it once in a blue moon. I haven't charged it a lot, to be honest. So it's a really good little torch. Anyway, that'll do me for this one, guys, because it's pointless me rabbiting on about it. So I will bid you farewell. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of this. I'm not planning to do too many more reviews on anything for a little while coming up soon. But everything I've reviewed lately will get highlighted again in a few months' time after I've had time to use them all. Anyway, thanks again, guys. All the best. Do all the YouTubey things, like, subscribe, share it around, consider joining, all that stuff. Buy some merch, website, and we will catch up with you later on. Thanks again, guys. Cheers from Steve and Kaz at Mudducks Touring Australia. I'm going back inside before the mozzies get too vicious. See you guys. Don't look at my junk section. It's the Trustfire. What is it? That'd be good if I knew what it was, wouldn't it?